Welcome ladies and gentlemen to a casted game of Age of Empires 4, spawning in on the north corner of the map. We've got Count playing in teal as the Holy Roman Empire, going up against Averley in the south, in orange, as the Rus. Welcome to Dry Arabia. It's been a while since we've been on Dry Arabia. Good to be back with two very strong civilizations. Although I would say that, but in Season 4 the Rus have taken a bit of a knock, it seems. They're not very popular these days, but we shall see how they fare up against the Holy Roman Empire. Averley going up with this traditional opening with one hunting cabin. Now there is a build order done by, I believe, Blade 55555. It's worth checking out his YouTube video if you play Rus. He does a double hunting cabin opening and he chops through into the middle of the woodline. I'm not sure if he necessarily came up with chopping through in the woodline. I think the first person to ever have done that was probably Salami. At least the first person I've ever seen. He used to do that a lot with the High Trade House. In any case, the Rus opening up with probably multiple scouts, going up against the HRE, and the 40% buff that this prelate gives is, that's a set. It's one of the most annoying things I find in Age of Empires 4. It does feel so strong, especially in the early game. But we'll see how the Rus fare up against the Holy Roman Empire. Both civilizations do have the capacity to go for fast castle, but it has to be said the HRE, there's none quite like the HRE that do fast castle. Okay, a couple of sheep there, Count. I wonder what he has in mind up against the Rus. The Rus can have a good potential feudalage as well with their royal knights. Can be strong, especially with the wood economy when they add in archers in behind. If it's boosted up by the wooden fortress, it can be very strong. Trouble for Averley is he's running out of food. I hope he's got a scout nearby because he will not want to run out of food underneath that town centre. Does have a scout nearby, but focusing on the wolf for now. I don't know, he might have killed a few there actually. He may have just killed, there might be a few carcasses there waiting to be taken. As you can see, he's got 3 scouts in the field. That's quite interesting. We often see 2 scouts from the Rus. Oh, he's missing out on a wolf there. In any case, for Calb, it is going to be the Archon Chapel placed around the gold and also inspiring the villagers who wish to take the sheep. Might be able to get the wood inspired here as well actually. Most likely wood. No pun intended. If it decides to put the lumber camp there. Going up with a good number of villagers, 7 of them. Let's get that prelate inspired into that Archon Chapel ASAP, I suspect. Golden Gate! Okay, we've not seen the Golden Gate for a very long time, but Averley bringing it back. In fact, since Season 4, I don't think I've seen a Golden Gate being placed. The Kremlin has been incredibly strong, the Kremlin Gremlins coming out. It's going to be the Golden Gate. Averley keeping it traditional, and I wonder whether that still works against the Holy Roman Empire. Maybe Averley's up to something. That we have not seen before. It's going to go for the trade house, maybe a 2-town centre build. Maybe looking to trade in for the stone. He would have to go and collect 50 stone though, because unlike traditional old age times where town centres used to cost 300 stone, they now cost 350, and it means that the Golden Age ticket, or the Golden Gate tickets, you can't just rely on 2, you'd need 3 now. If you really wanted to do that, and you'd be left over with 50 gold, so 50 stone rather. Not really what you want. You'd have to mine an extra 50 stone if you wanted that second town centre. Second town centre against HRE could be a bit risky. It always feels weird going for eco approaches against HRE. I always feel like you're on a timer because it just feels like the HRE can always out-eco you with their prelate. Looks like it's going to be second town centre coming out for the Holy Roman Empire, which could be an opportunity actually for Rus and Averley to do some damage. If he actually goes and extends the feudalage and plays quite aggressive, he could try and punish this second town centre play. That could be a window of opportunity here for Averley. Question is, where does he put the second town centre? Could potentially go for the deer and the wood there. It's a little bit far out, especially if a royal knight, not a royal knight, but a knight comes out. And it's exactly what's going to happen. Building a stable with 5 villagers. Averley's not messing about. He wants that knight out and about. And this could be expensive for Calb because he is going to get that knight out quick time. And Calb is clearly going for a second town centre. If he tries to be a bit greedy with his second town centre placement, he could be caught out, especially if it's scouted well. And talking about scouts, Rus should have 3 on the field right now. They should have good intel as to what's going on. He spots the villagers on the stone. Yeah, it's going to go for some knights coming out. 4 villagers in gold to help him get there. Whenever you see Rus on gold, you know it's got to be knights because you would be having passive gold generation from the hunting cannons. You can often rely on for eco upgrades. Hunting cannon is, they pointed there, probably the initial scout coming out there. A couple of idle villages there for Count, not ideal. Running out of food. And I don't think Count actually has any villages on food at the moment. That's 4 kind of side, but that's because they're idle now. I'm going to go here, I think, on the wooden berries in the Arcade Chapel. Not a bad spot, not too aggressive. Trouble is, it could still be denied by a knight coming forward, and that's what's happening. Oh, Calpy. You've got to be careful, my dude. Might have to rush this up. Got 10, 12 villages. It might not be enough. Knight's going to spot this, might get some value. Exactly what's going to happen. Does have the prelate to heal up, though, so that could help him. Uh-oh. Still, the prelate might be the next focus for attack. He's going to lose the prelate. Oh, this is a bad, terrible start for Count. Oh, no. Wait. Focus on village. I thought it was a prelate who was attacking. Anyway, loses 2 villages, and that second town centre is looking even more important now for Count to equalise the villager count. But with this bit of information, Averley should be feeling confident in a feudal age push. What's he adding in behind this? Will it be archery rangers? That's the question. Not yet. It might be a fast castle. Getting a wooden fortress there to protect and bolster up that wood line. I like what he's done here, actually. Often you see wooden fortresses being played like sort of here, or just around the lumber camp. Abel is extracting as much value as he can to get that wooden fortress in a position where it stops raiding coming in from this western border of that wood line. Rushing the lumber camp as well, really wants to maximise efficiency. Does look like a fast castle. We talked about fast castles and HRE and Rus having the potential to do that. It looks like it's going to be the Rus doing it today. Going to go for a barracks to counteract the knights that will be coming forward. And this is such a weird reversal of roles, with HRE not going for, well, not having the rub of the green for the relics in terms of timing, because Abbey of the Trinity going up with the Rus. It's so weird to see this happen. What HRE have traditionally done to other civilizations, fast castle into Regis Cathedral for relics, Averley is twisting around and doing to him with a fast castle into Abbey of the Trinity. What's nice of the Abbey of Trinity as well, it gives access to the warrior monk. The warrior monks will go out there quick time to gather those relics pretty fast. And that knight has done a lot of damage. Took 2 villages, gave him some map control. Going to take some time for Camp to recover, but that one knight is getting so much value. The reason why is denied the TC going up as quick as it could have, killed 2 villagers, forcing an outpost, possibly killing another villager, and a lot of idle time for Count. Might be killing a scout too. This early night has got so much value for Averley. There's that castle age. I wouldn't be surprised to see a warrior monk already queued up, and that is indeed the case. And looking strong here for Averley so far on this map, Dry Arabia. And the trouble for the Count is that he's had to actually transition to farms. It's really, really rough. It does help that he's getting 40% collection bonus speed, but he's just not being able to take the pocket economies, and it's all down to one early night. Not been able to take deer. It's a bit of a bad deer spawn for him, to be fair. Averley keeping a scout there, just making sure it doesn't happen. Huge value that one night. So the trouble for Calp is that he can't get to the next stage. You have to spend wood on farms, and he's giving up a lot of map patrol and the relics. Horse archers. We have not seen horse archers in a very long time. Averley bringing it back, has even got time to take the boar. This is the benefit of getting the map control with it one early night. You get the pocket economies, huge amount of food here to be gathered at speed. Averley! No! He loses a villager, man! Oh, he loses a villager! Okay, it's happened to all of us. That happens. Warrior monk looking to pick up the relic. Calp has the presence of mind to try and deny that one. I like what Averley did there. He tried to bait the spears away from the warrior monk. Has to drop the relic in the end. And that will just be one of several relics that he's going to be looking to take. It's like Calp's going to try to wall up this one on the east as well. It's so weird seeing the HRE doing this. It's usually the other way around. I like this play by the horse archers. Got the mobility. He's going to take out the spears. And the nice thing for this is he's actually going to get this relic. I don't think Calp can deny this. Not with the horse archers there. It's only taking 3 horse archers to do it. There it is. Relic gets picked up. There's no mobility there for Calp. This is such a fantastic play by the Rus, because that one knight, not only did it get so much value, it forced up into spears, which are highly immobile units. But not only did the knight give Averley the map control, it forced Calp into units that just don't have any mobility, again doubling down on the map control it gave Averley rather. To maintain that map control, he gets horse archers. Fascinating to think about how he's played this one. Walling up on the east side, Calp, he recognises he doesn't have the mobility he needs to protect this area. Those knights might be coming in soon, the threat of them at least. Although there is only one knight. Averley done a fantastic job to keep that little knight alive. Imagine the vast majority of people would have lost it by now. Taking a lot of HP loss, but a warrior scouts coming in to heal could help. 3 relics have been picked and 2 of them coming in thick and fast. There they are, 2 of them already in, another one coming in soon, and that gold income going to be looking very good, coming in soon, massively. Just chilling out for now, starting to slow down a little bit. I think Averley is quite comfortable in the game slowing down. Despite his opponent being 2 TC, his fast castle means that he's got relics, and so the eco balance is not going to be too out of kilter. You simply just trade the villagers for the gold coming in passively. Have to be careful though, as the Rus, because once the castle age does come in for Calp, you know, Calp could turn on a bit of heat, especially with the Burger Palace. And it just feels like, you know, Calp doesn't really have an option here. Can't really opt for the Vegas Cathedral. Doesn't give him much because there's no relics on the field. Well, there's 2, but it doesn't give him the value he would have wanted. Especially when you consider the 2 relics are on the west side of the map. Averley doing a good job of getting the relics that are furthest away from him. He even captures the sacred site. Calp now getting to that castle age in the Burger Palace. He's getting the man-at-arms. The concern for Calp is that it doesn't have the timing. You know, 12 minute castle age time, 13-minute castle age time. Well, if Averley just spots this, we could probably even assume at this point, you can get crossbows, and crossbows will do great work against the man-at-arms. Plenty of horse archers as well that can kite. 1 initial knight leading the line. Heading on the north, there's one area that's not been walled up. The farming economy is absolutely humongous there for Calp. 900 food per minute. There's no slouching food account for Calp either, or Averley rather, on the ball. Liverpool with a massive horse archers could in fact look to try and raid. Has actually activated the sacred site timer. So I've got 5 relics, 3 sacred sites. That's a heck of a lot of gold income coming in. Almost up to 800 gold per minute, and I doubt he has any villages on gold. He's got 6, but he probably won't need that for too much longer. Horse archers coming in. Man-at-arms won't be able to catch up. There are a couple of spearmen, but again, they're not going to be able to keep up. And the knight and the horse archers diving in, going to pick off villagers. Looking bad for Calp. The villager lead that he has is going to start to dwindle very fast. Picking off another. Pretty tanky as it happens. He's got iron undermesh there. That's Calp though. Even without iron undermesh, not a lot there. Now looking to get the knight upgrade. Trouble is, he doesn't really have a counter to the archers, the horse archers. Pretty badly housed too. How does Calp get back into this? The food economy is pretty crazy. I wonder whether he goes for Imperial Age, goes for the old villager printer, decides to boom it out again. Concern is that if he does that, he's still going to need time to get rid of the sacred site timer. Instead walls, looks like he's trying to really wall him in here, Averley. Need the army there to do it. Certainly a game of mobility. It worked quite well here for Averley. It's going to be the Palace of Swabia. Going to be acting as a bit of a static defense in front of that wood line, but what does it give him? He's got this gold here. He's going to struggle to get gold from elsewhere. Doesn't have relics. Gold spawn here. If Averley denies his 2 golds, even just with 1 wooden fortress, that's going to pose problems. How does Calp get gold? That's going to be his next problem. There's only 900 gold left in that gold vein. I can tell you now, Averley will have no such problem with gold. 5 relics, 3 sacred sites sitting in the bank. Looks like he's going to opt for some keep as well. Got plenty on stone. Keeps in strategic positions. Probably a bit too hard for Calp to push. Although having said that, being in the Imperial Age does give him access to bombards. And also bombard upgrades on his towers. Trying to go for extensive walls here on the west side. .46 military to 80. But to 8 rather. That is, it should be 80. It's 46 military to 7 now. And I think maybe he might look to just dive this. Got large massive horse archers. I'm not sure the printer will be enough to save him. A bit of awkward pathing between the market and the wood line. Kind of got trapped there a little bit. Went to try and get the palisades up. Doesn't quite get there with the Palace of Swabia being there. I wonder whether the keeps are going to go forward. How far forward they're going to go. Building up a large mass though. 48 army. Start to passively heal up with the warrior monks there too. Calp will achieve getting those walls up, and that will secure the 2 gold veins. That could be a focus for attack here for Averley. If he spots it, if he goes for this area, it's relatively unguarded. There's no military there. That's exactly what it's going to do. Heading that way now. You can just tell Averley's thinking strategically, and this is the spot to attack. He sees that Calp was trying to wall up, and he's going to go through now. Going to try and burn down. He can't let Calp boom away with that printer. He's doing just that, putting on the pressure, because Calp is up to 88 villages now. Trouble with Calp, he doesn't have the military to back it up, and he's going to be under a lot of pressure here. 6 minutes on the sacred site timer. Concern for Calp, he's going to be on 2 mines. He needs to deny the sacred site timers. But also, he needs to somehow deal with this. Trouble for him, he's got warrior monks in there as well, adding into the Saints' Blessings attack, and also healing up units while they can. Also, she's going to pick off villagers here. Gold denied. And without gold, what does Calp go for? Armed composition going to struggle. He's going to dive in. You get the feeling this game's going to end very quickly. He's going to camp out the town centres, and a lot of the farming economy is idled. The main thing is gold is idled. Only 5 minutes, 48 seconds left on that sacred site timer. Calp, how does he get back in for this? As the HRE, traditionally if you're off of gold mining, it's not usually a problem, because you've got the relics, but that cannot be said today on Dry Arabia. Villager count still climbing, 90. I think Averley might just opt for a sacred site win here, possibly. He's getting a keep in the centre. Doesn't have any more stone coming in. He's got the palisade walls on the east. Nothing on the west. I think it's a bit of a shame that Averley came back here and doesn't pressurise the issue again. He will see that the man-at-arms are here though, so that will give it a good indication for Averley that he can mobilise and move away. He was probably a bit paranoid about the sacred sites being deactivated. But he is heading back into the base. Uh-oh. That is a big focus for attack. It's going to go straight to the wood line. Production buildings do get deleted. Again, it's all down to mobility. Calp bringing his army here, but the horse archers have time to back off, and he could even just go back on the left again, pulling the army left, right and centre, and Calp can't really push forward. 4.5 minutes left on the sacred site timer. How long before Calp pushes? Doesn't have much time left. He's going to go for the eastern sacred site. There's walls in the way, and I'm not sure Calp knows about it. He needs to defend as well. Yeah, Calp is struggling. He needs to be able to attack and defend at the same time. With the mobility of the horse archers, he's going to struggle. Knight's going to be acting as great meat shield. Horse archers in the back line. Averley's still an age behind. Could Averley actually win this game despite being a whole age behind? Averley not even opting to go to the next stage. He's going to stick it out in the castle age. And I think he's going to go for the sacred site. And who could blame him? The palisade walls are incredibly great here for the Rus. Look how fast they build. They actually build each segment in 3 seconds. It feels a little bit broken, especially when you consider how fortified they are. 2,500 HP on each one. And they go up so fast. Other civilizations build their wall in 8 seconds each segment. It's a huge bonus there for the Rus. It will be short work though, eventually for the man-at-arms, a large mass of man-at-arms, but delays them. Can't go straight underneath the keep. There's just no way he breaks it in. He's going to look to get boiling off. A bit of a shame that Averley didn't get that earlier. Saints' Blessings come in. Knights on the front line, horse archers in behind. There's not going to be enough there for Calp. Man-at-arms fighting in 2 groups. First group of man-at-arms start to retreat. They back off, can't manage it. Wouldn't be surprised to see a villager or two come back forward for Avery to roll this up again. And looks like Avery's just going to take the fight. Despite being up against elite man-at-arms, the horse archers doing great value. The knights in front as the meat shield. Knight numbers are starting to dwindle a little bit. As I say that, surely comparatively, he's still got 14 knights, 45 horse archers out fighting underneath the keep. It's not where he wants to be. He's struggling. 71 military to 31. This could snowball. I think Calp is under a lot of pressure. The horse archers could just go in. And I think Avery just falls in behind this with a gate. That's exactly what happens. Avery is under no pressure to move behind. Despite having 110 villagers, he's not been able to convert them into military. He's starting to do so with the barracks. The problem for him is the barracks on the front lines. I wonder whether Avery just camps this. Cuts off reinforcements. So there's only 2.5 seconds there for the sacred site timer. We've got the keep in the middle, palisades on the east. It's actually getting another layer of palisades up. Yeah, these palisades are not going down. And on the west is getting palisade walls as well. This looks like it's going to be a sacred site victory. Calp has got no more options. He needs to pressurize. He needs to pressurize now. He's struggling. Trying to build up a force though. If he could have delayed this for maybe another 5-10 minutes, there could have been a window of opportunity, but 2 minutes just seems too short of time. It doesn't want to think palisade walls, and even if he does, can he deal with the army? I like what Avery's done. He's got a scout there in a strategic position. He knows that he's going west, and that's where his army's going to go as well. He's going to cut off that army, stop the decapping. Calp's going to have to find another way through. 3 villages will look to take another palisade wall layer there. Won't be able to get up in time, I don't think. They will force an engagement. Horse archers chasing down, knights heading forth on the front lines. Can act as a great meat shield with horse archers behind, and the full infantry span here for Calp might not be enough. And there's still cartonnage there for Avery. Even then, you've got to like what the knights are doing. Charging in, acting as the meat shield, horse archers behind. Knights don't want to necessarily engage directly. They are engaging. The sacred site though is being held by the 3 villagers, at least for now. A minute on the timer. This is the decisive fight. If Calp doesn't win this, it will be over. Trouble for Calp is the choke points. Even if the knight mass does get dwindled, there are the warrior monks to get through, and then the horse archers. The horse archers are dealing a decent amount of damage. They're going to have to head into the sacred site though. I think that the horse archers need to camp the sacred site. Yeah, he's kept a unit on the sacred site. That is crucial. As long as Avery keeps the sacred site for now, it doesn't want the timer to be reset, and Calp is losing too many units. He's not going to be able to contest the sacred site anymore. The timer is ticking again. A minute left on the timer. I think Calp knows it's over. He taps out. The sacred site victory comes in for Avery and his Rus.